Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you my updated Naturia deck profile. This is the main deck I use right now. I know it's not that competitive a deck, but it's a really fun deck to use, and I've had some wins with it. So I thought I'd just go ahead and show you what I've changed up with the deck. Not too many changes, but they're ones that really, impacted how the deck works. So we'll go ahead and I'll also go through the extra deck as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Like every Naturia deck, you want to run 3 Bamboo Shoot. He's like your main fighter of the deck. 2000 attack is effect when he's tribute summoned using a Naturia monster. Your opponent cannot activate spells or traps, so that really binds them. The only flaw with him is he's got 2000 attack, and if your opponent can get a stronger monster on the field and destroy him, that ruins that combo. Next, we have 3 Naturia Cosmo Beats. Basically, with him, when your opponent normal summons or sets a monster, you can special summon him from your hand. So he's a good first turner. Your opponent sets or summons a monster, you can automatically special summon him and have a quick sacrifice for Bamboo Shoot. So yeah, you're already summoning monsters before your opponent knows what hit him. And about Bamboo Shoot, you know what I said before. You really want to run defense in this deck to protect him, and I'll show you that with the spells and traps in a sec. Next, you want to run 3 Naturia Cliff. He's pretty much, the reborn Tengu of the Naturias. The only thing is, it's only when he's destroyed can you summon another Naturia monster. Like when he's removed from play or back to your hand, you can't, but he's still pretty good. So, like what I like to do is when you have 1 cliff on the field and he's destroyed, send out another cliff and then another cliff, and that's pretty much good defense there. And he's also good synchro fodder. Next, you also want to run 3 Naturia Cherries. Once again, it's just more defense. When one of them is sent to the graveyard, you can summon 2 from your deck in face down defense position. So once again, all this is really leading up for bait for Bamboo Shoot. Next is another favorite of my card. Favorite of mine. You wouldn't believe how much this guy has helped me. Naturia Dragonfly. His effect is awesome in my opinion. He's got 2 effects actually. One, he gains 200 attack for every Naturia in your graveyard. So with Cliff and Cosmo Beat and Cherries, that's 9 monsters right there. They're going to be going to your graveyard really fast. And with him out on the field, he'll gain attack points like that. He's basically your backup in case Bamboo Shoot doesn't work because he'll become a real powerhouse. And he also can't be destroyed by monsters more than 2000 attack, so he'll be staying on the field. You're also going to run, this is mostly for synchro summoning, 2 Naturia Pumpkin. With him, basically, if your opponent has a monster on the field, you can special summon another Naturia from your hand. So let's say you got these in your hand, and you summon Pumpkin. You can either special summon a Cherry or a Cosmo Beat, and right there you have the option of summoning level 5 or 6 synchro monster. Or, even higher if you have other monsters in the field. So he's good for swarming the field. I used to run 3, but now we're only going to run 1 Naturia Butterfly. It's good for stall, but it really kills the deck. It's good for negating attacks, but like I said, you got to send cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard, which is good for like Dragonfly, but in other cases he can really kill your spells and traps. And also 1 Eggplant. He's just recovery, for your Naturias. You can return any Naturia monster from the graveyard to your hand in case you lose all your Bamboo Shoots. That's it for the Naturias. You're also going to run 1 Spirit Reaper for defense and 1 Morphing Jar to restore your hand. Okay, that's also it for all the monsters. Next we'll move on to spells. Since Bamboo Shoot only has 2000 attack points and you want to depowerize your opponent's monsters, you're going to want to run 3 Burden of the Mighties. Now this card goes against Dragonfly. Like let's say you have Dragonfly on the beginning. It'll lower your opponent's monster's attack, but hopefully you can lower it enough to where Dragonfly will be able to survive. But on the other hand, he's really good with Bamboo Shoot. Lowers all the high monster attack to either tie or be lower than him, so he gives him a fighting shot. Also, you want to run 3 Pot of Duality. You can also run 2. I'm running 3 just because I think I really like to search for my deck, but 2 is good as well. You do synchro summon with this deck, so you won't be able to special summon with this, but you're mostly just normal summoning and tribute summoning with Bamboo Shoot. So that's why I prefer running 3. It doesn't really hurt you that much, just for searching. 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, just to clear the field. 1 Enemy Controller. 1 Monster Reborn. 1 Smashing Ground. All stable cards, really. 1 Book of Moon. 1 Dark Hole. And 1 Heavy Storm. Like I said, pretty much protection against all your other Naturias. That's it for spells. Now we'll do traps. One of my favorite trap cards, Compulsory Evacuation Device. This card, oh my god, when I've had tests with this deck, and I've gone up against people who use Utopia, you wouldn't believe how good this card would be. They would exceed XYZ summon Utopia, and I would instantly return it to their hand. And that pretty much works with any other monster. Synchros, all of it. Not even Stardust can stop this thing. You're also going to run 2 Fiendish Chains, just for stall. You want to run 1 Solemn Judgment. Simpler there. 1 Mirror Force. 1 Scrap Iron Scarecrow, really good. And 1 Seven Tools of the Bandit. Not that many traps, but with this deck, you only need the essentials. Next, we'll move on to the extra deck. You're going to run all the Naturia Synchros in this deck. You run 2 Naturia Barkion, level 6. His effect is when your opponent activates a trap card, you can remove from play 2 cards in your graveyard to negate it. So he's really good there with traps. You probably should run 2, but I only have 1 Naturia Beast at the moment. Level 5, when your opponent activates a spell, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard to negate it. So he works really well if you get him and Barkia on the field. You don't really play him much, but have him, just in case. Level 7, Naturia Landoise. He can negate effects of monsters by removing 1 spell card from your hand to the graveyard. For power, Leo Drake. Here's another good card that I summon a lot because he's level 6, Bryonic, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. You're going to run 1 Black Rose, 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Hyper Librarian, level 5, easy summon, 1 Trishula, 1 Ancient Fairy, and 1 Thought Ruler. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the extra deck. Like I said, when you can get Synchro Summons out, Synchro Summon, but mostly this deck focuses on getting Dragonfly and Bamboo Shoot out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked it. It's worked really well for me. I've been using it for as long as I can remember now. It's become one of my favorite decks. Really fun to use. And hopefully, we can see some more people using Naturias. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys liked it. Please subscribe. I appreciate it. And Kier Twig out.